Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for August 23rd, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, this might be relevant or maybe not so much. Maybe it's just at the very least entertaining. It's a general collective reading. Never force these bad boys to fit your life. You can just as easily discard them. But if you have questions about booking a private reading or seeing what might be right for you out of my services, go to the beginning or the end of the video. There'll be all the ways of contact. Also, there's ways of contact in the description too. So reach out, see what might be right for you. Definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. And let's kick this into gear. All right, we're going to do this, but we're going to start this off with 10 of Cups. Now, I love this. This is coming from a place of plenty. A whole new cycle, all fulfillment, wish fulfillment, destiny, completely in charge. I do feel like there's this amazing outlook with nothing but hope and every reason to have it. I feel like everything is in this wonderful flow. And I also see that this is not only masculine and feminine, this is the childlike version of yourself and the current you and also the future you kind of embracing all this change that is happening. I see that you have entire grounds out before you that you can decide what you want to do with it. I feel like there's no shortage of ideas. You are really grabbing fate by the handles. And I see that it feels all around healing, positive, it feels flowy. I'm seeing that this is an all around wonderful well-being feeling, definitely in alignment with who you are and what you are becoming. And then let's see, after you've already kind of gotten things together and on their way, I see that some sort of, there's resistance that's coming up with you. Now, this isn't just resistance. This is a very deep-seated issue. For some of you, this could be a childhood issue that goes from either just general annoyances that you haven't quite really gotten over. For some of you, this is blatant abuse. But there's a lot of challenges that you are dealing with when it comes to seeing what's in your cup that you actually do not want there. I see messages being rejected, and it's like the elephant in the room that you actually don't want to look at. So let's see what is going on. Yeah, something in your life is breaking, and it's going to require you to genuinely think outside the box. But I want to know, what about this new phase initiated the falling apart of this? TikTok. Now, this could be an algorithm that you've been noticing. A lot of people have TikTok. Or this could be just absolute fate and time and destiny. Where am I going with this? Ooh. Healing with the Angels therapy wants to go out on top of this. So spiritual guidance. Time is not a luxury that you have at this point in time. I think that you have not necessarily been dragging your feet with this. I feel like you've been kind of trying to hold everything together. I feel like the by the book is really talking about how the old ways of existing is not going to be something that is conducive for the future. You need to let what's trying to fall away. And whatever bond has been broken, I don't think that this is something that is going to be necessarily repaired, but also the chaos and conflict. There's absolutely nothing that is in your control about this situation right now, even though you keep trying to resist it. This is for you to get into the next step and go as unscathed as possible. Now, why is this happening? What about this initiation is meant to be so breaking with you? The teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. This is such a pain in the keister. You wanna know why? I don't think that you asked for abuse or neglect or the issue. You did not ask for that. But apparently what you did ask for was for love, for riches, for success, for patience, for courage, for anything. You kind of put it out there. But it's not like Spirit to just kind of give this to you. This is something that is earned, and it is a rite of passage. So for instance, you ask for greatness. You're going to be given a lot of obstacles that you have to overcome. And you will overcome them. You don't have a choice in that. You were given the correct challenges that were going to put you in the right mindset, in the right places. Now that seems grossly unfair, probably very specifically with what you have been going through and how it seemed to be at such a disservice to you. The hardest lessons are your biggest teachers. And I know that's unfair to say. The people who have loved you the most can also be your biggest teachers. But we also have to look at this. It's not only you, it's also them. What your biggest teachers are also had to have you as a student to teach them how to fine-tune their skill or their personhood. And I feel like you very wonderfully played that part. You taught what the lesson was for them so that they could have the capacity to expand on what their subject was. You wanted fill in the blank. But also the teacher in this was looking for the other side of that, which is where you came in. How can they communicate with what they have? And they simply couldn't. They had to have you in their life to learn how to go about, I guess, the communication in a new way and learn a new way of understanding. And you needed that patience, you needed that opportunity, you needed that, I guess, fighting chance in this. So I see that everything that you have been attuned to in here is absolutely for your personal growth, your spiritual growth. This is done in a very timely manner, and it's all to like this benefit of you, and I genuinely love this. So with everything that has been collapsing or getting chaotic, you know, it forces you to see life in an entirely different way. Sometimes it's in better light than others, but I do see that you, my dear, it's not about you being stuck. It's about you having to look at life through a whole different lens. That takes a lot of perseverance. Now again, perseverance isn't always due to bad circumstances. Perseverance can also be done with positive circumstances, to know that there is life beyond certain aspects of whatever the spectrum is of love and appreciation, or trials and tribulations. They are two sides to the same coin. You had to look at life beyond that scope, didn't you? So the hangman becomes death, ascension, awakening, the release into a new life. It is the rite of passage. The light is on the horizon. The person who has been through every circle of existence, and now they have the sun out in front of them. So I'm seeing this as, look around you and see what's left. This is actually telling you to make an assessment of what is left around you. Whatever it is, it's bringing about apparently a very blessed change. A major life change is actually being thrusted upon you. For some, they're going through breakups. For others, it seems like they have to move locations, job overhauls, everything of that nature. I don't think that this is a bad thing. Then yeah, you are going to be going through a major change. Your intuition is correct. Start taking action accordingly. So, what does this even mean? Act on divine inspiration. I want you to know there is a decision that you have to make. The divine inspiration on the decisions that you have to make, it's first off dealing with worth and what you are worthy of and what you deserve in this life. Your intuition is not going to guide you to fear, to pain, or to anything that is dangerous or illegal. Understand that that is probably an intrusive thought, which even those are incredibly normal. This is a major time for you to take stock and decide what changes you need to make. I do feel this is going to be a major life event for you. So let's look even more into the mother healing. Let's see. So mermaids and dolphins. Yeah. So this I feel like you specifically need to hear. By drawing this card, Heaven asks you to release some remaining mother issues. I want to say the divine nurturer. Not everybody has a mom. So whoever was the more nurturing caregiver in your life, there's a lot of issues that are stemming to that. Now, they may not have been able to love and care about you in the way that you feel that you needed or that you deserved, and that's, again, not your fault. So, give the entire situation to Heaven, knowing that everything is in the hands of Infinite Spirit. The situation may heal in unexpected ways. Be unconcerned with how it heals and be vigilant in releasing any lower energies connecting to your mother or to the nurturing caregiver that could interfere with your life's mission. This is pivotal for you. You put yourself in the way of what you think that you deserve because whoever was one of the caregivers in your life, this was something where they didn't have the maturity or the patience or the wisdom to know how to either give you or to be that support to you that you did need and also that you deserved. So by releasing any nurturing, I'm being very cognitive to change that, issues to Heaven, your heart opens further to accepting joy and blessings into your life. Your nurturer benefits when you're happy, whether it's consciously aware of or whether it's subconscious. So be willing to forgive and release old issues related to yourself, the nurturer, the nurturing figures, or anyone connected to the mother figure. Sorry, got a notification. All right. By clearing your inner house, you invite new love, opportunities, abundance, and energies into your life. This is absolutely wild to have. So you will actually need to heal that wound. How you heal it is, first off, I always tell my coaching clients who have nurturing issues to do daily affirmations and also do something on a daily basis that not only is an affirmation, but is kind of a gift or a treat to yourself. Something that is to, in a positive sense, spoil you. And also this, instead of treating every single action or affirmation as a business transaction, this is actually challenging you to look at it with a sense of emotional restraint and simply learn how to say thank you for this gift and knowing that you so well deserve it and that you will receive it. I do see that you are incredibly critical and sensitive to those needs, but I also think that this is, in those critical moments, something that you deny to yourself. So you have to see how you have been your own stomping ground and either not making a move, not making a career change, not making a relationship change, not doing something that is on the right path for you, only to put it off to a later time. And that people usually kick themselves for not making a move sooner. The thing is, you're gonna have to make a lot of moves in a very brave sense. I'm not saying you're a coward, not saying that at all. It's just our fears and anxieties and the subconscious need for a comfortable, predictable nature. This tends to be our undoing, and it tends to keep us from our full potential. So this is kind of begging you to see that and step beyond it and face your fear with that sense of courage. Face that fear, feel that fear, and continue doing what that version of yourself needs you to do. You're not always going to want to get up at a certain time. You're not always going to want to behave a certain way. You're not always going to want to eat or do an activity at a certain time. But for the person who you are becoming and for a world that is worthy of you, you genuinely need to show up as that on a daily basis. So what this is telling you is the emotional maturity to take care of yourself in such a fashion. But I also see the Queen of Wands. I want to say that this is an issue with being so vulnerable about it, being open about it, actually being very defensive of it, and not being able to acknowledge the light that you actually do see. I see that this is somebody who is dwelling in the past, and it's so easy to do that rather than to make these positive changes for ourselves and do it with a sense of challenging fear. But let's see what else. I think that you're kind of used to the concept that it's every person for themselves and nobody's going to be there to genuinely protect you in this. That's a load of crap. I actually want to draw more on that. So, getting over the Queen of Wands, who's completely flipped her head over her heels. Let's see, what does this energy need to know? This is riddled with divine feminine energy, masculine and feminine inside of you. Hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear about losing them. You are working from a place of fear of loss. All right, so I had somebody call and interrupt. It's okay, this sometimes happens, but here we are again. So, you may seem incredibly overbearing, hoarding, emotional, reactive. It's not that this is genuinely you. You're coming from a place of fear of lack, that everything is about to be ripped away from your grasp. And this has happened in your history enough to where you kind of expect it and you kind of don't let yourself become too happy. So I see this as a fear of letting things get too good for yourself because you're afraid that it's going to fall flat on your face. So the way to address this with the Midas touch in reverse, what was this? You need to talk about how somebody kept an image and behind closed door was able to mistreat others. This is very much living in dualities. Whoever this was had an image that they had to uphold. Behind closed doors, it wasn't the same. So this person or peoples that have conditioned you to behave in such a way, they were very masterful at eliciting pity from others. But you, I don't think that you are aware that you are not a liar. I think that you're used to being called a liar, but it's not the reality of you. The fact that you are so, upfront with certain things, or that you were so upfront with certain things, and somebody would have it in them to call you a liar, did not mean that you were a liar. It meant that they were afraid of being held accountable for their actions. This is not for you to maintain. So The gossip thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidence. Whoever this is in your life, you're afraid that if you do speak out, you're going to somehow be blackmailed, or they have something against you that, you know, would prevent you from speaking. Don't put yourself in that position. You need to talk about this and heal from it so that you can actually start to make some very positive moves in your life. You will realize that there was nothing to fear all along. I do see an opportunity of communication coming in that is going to clear the confusion, but also I see that there's a effort moment and that you're going to launch yourself on this and really force yourself to seize an opportunity. So things are going to really start to pick up. Momentum is going to build. And I want to know what this is going to do for you. A very disciplined, self-assured, truthful, and honest life that you can actually surrender to and you can heal with. I see you being incredibly independent, thriving, and take charge. I see that you're not going to fight this anymore. It's probably the best gift that you could give yourself, especially in this time. The next 7 months are going to be highly productive months for you in making life changes. So, my dear, this has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight in life and love for August 23rd, 2022. Again, being timeless. Wherever you're catching in time, it might be relevant or at least entertaining. But if you want to book a reading, go ahead to the beginning or the end or the description and find the ways of contact. Book a reading or see what other see what other tools that I have that actually might work well for you. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. It was so hard getting out this particular message, and what I see is somebody who's really at the final straw, the last hurdle, the last yard. This is somebody who's not giving up, who's not going to compromise, who's not going to give in. And what I'm seeing in this is that kind of perseverant attitude is what's going to cause a major resolve for, I think this is you. I think this is what you're dealing with. The fact that you never gave up. I see that you want to, and your heart went into survival mode and anxiety, and it was not sure which direction you wanted to take things or what you were going to do, but the point is that you never gave up and all you had to do was get through this. I do see that you are straightening your crown and that you are going to be making some very unique decisions that I think are uncharacteristically like you, but I also feel like this uncharacteristic nature of you is actually the new way of being. You are surrendering to, I guess, a personality change in a life setting that is changing. But I feel like this has been something that has been growing for a while with you, but it hasn't been expressed. And I think that this is probably due to social or peer pressure. I do see that this change is going to allow you to escape the old path that you were on. And I see that there's no excuse in holding you back. All of this is pointing to you and being very direct in what your decision is and learning how to open yourself up and create a better foundation for yourself. This has to be done for you and not for the socialness of others. And I think that a new aspect of your personality is going to be coming through. It's very playful and it's almost contagiously charming. I do feel like you are going to be lighting up a room. There's a major weight that is coming off of your chest in this transition that you are making. And I think that it's clearing away any confusion about what it is that you do want in life. I think that you're almost being completely displaced into another location. I also see that you're not going to show everybody what your steps are. But when they are finalized, I see that this is probably going to make people's head turn like never before. It's also going to slow your life down and get out of this quick, fast-paced pressure that you were doing. And I think that slowing down in life is going to be very soothing and healing, and also probably really affect the mindset too. I feel almost like a lightheartedness coming through with you. But this weirdly gives you a new sense of control. So the change is bringing about control in a form of escaping your old pressures. I really hope that made sense, and hopefully it was helpful. So I think that not only are your ships coming in, I think that this is very masculine oriented, action oriented. I see that you are hitting a new stream of inflowing wealth or abundance. Whatever the case is, place your investments wisely. I do feel like this is going to be something that you will be playing with. And also I see that there is a sense of homecoming for you. And let's see. I'm also seeing that there's a major payoff that is coming your way. Now, I know that this is probably not all about money, but I see that there is materialism, slow-moving energy, grounded security, earth energy all around this. And there is a ton of substance around it. So I feel like you're finally starting to feel like your true self. And I see that there's really nothing that can get under your skin. I feel like you have been tried and tried and tried again. And it looks like you're hiding what your gifts are, and you're hiding what your, what your payoff is. But I do see that major one happening. And I want you to look into it, see what is in your surrounding area. I feel like you're going to be playing with money in a very legal way. So look and see what your investments are. This could also be time investments for you. Do I think that you're going to spend 2 weeks in Florida at a time during a timeshare? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying in this is reasserting and reinvesting yourself into new activities, new people, things that you find as a priority in here. And I see that you're going to be able to keep a level head around this. And let's see, get very comfortable with obtaining things in your life, and that becoming even easier. I don't know why I feel like you're about to get a lot of money. Let me know how that works out. So it looks like there has been either a really, and I feel like this is person. So I'm going to read this as a potential relationship reading. So it's not for anyone who's in toxic, abusive, or illegal relationships. It's not for anyone you haven't talked to or met before. And I mean those two in connection with each other, like you haven't said 2 words to each other. Also, this is not for people with restraining orders. And yes, I gotta say that. So, my dear, what I'm seeing right here is there is somebody who you have met through unexpected circumstances, i.e. online or just in passing. I don't feel like this is somebody you've known your entire life, but I see that this was a serendipitous meeting between you, but I also see this, it's a pain in the butt for you to even open yourself up to them. You're not thinking of the big picture. You're just thinking about how to protect yourself and how to be like this end all be all everything, and be in 2 different worlds at once. 1, the life you've been working on, and 2, how to fit this person into it, or how to mold yourself in a way to be this for this person. And what I see here is it's time for you to hunker down and reestablish what your happiness is, what your joy is, what has changed inside of you that is drawing in something new to be fulfilled. And what I'm seeing in this is your morals and your desires have vastly changed. And I do think that it is partly in connection to this person. So the ideals that you have had about relationships, your life, and yourself, it's time to kind of rethink this. Now, this person has been brought into your life to realign you with fate. This might be something that is incredibly long-standing in your life, like up until final breath. We're talking years. Or this might last the weekend. But whatever the case, this is a soul-bound connection that is meant to completely change not only your life, this is a mutual change that is going on. And I think that this is extreme luck and beauty that brought you guys together. I do feel like there is an understanding of the mutual feelings in this connection, and I also see the absolute terror that is building up inside of you over this because it seems unreal. But I want you to know that this is an old paradigm that you have about yourself, that this is too good to be true. Now again, I'm not telling you to stick with anyone who's toxic, abusive, or illegal, or that is somehow involved in a restraining order that you haven't said 2 words to. But I do see that this change, it's going to redefine you and happiness and relationships. I can't wait to see what this brings for you. I can't wait to see what you evolve into. There is somebody in your life who has walked away. You need to let them walk away. I do feel like this is toxic feminine energy. It feels very manipulative. There is a sense of defeat around them. I don't think that they have the best intentions, and I also see that this is somebody who really didn't know what else to do. They feel utterly chaotic. And also I see that you're going to feel a lot better without so much pressure for them in your life. I feel like this is somebody who energetically drained you and also who caused a lot of anxiety in you, and now that they're gone, and I mean this in a physical way, not like a figurative way. I don't feel like you're in communication. That's what I'm getting at. I see that you're feeling a lot better and that you're starting to feel optimistic. This person, I do feel like they were miserable, and misery loves company with this. They love to spread that around. And I see that this is somebody who pushed one too many buttons and who was gaslighting like it was their business. And I think that they changed your life in a lot, but with chaos. So I see the hurt feelings in you having to let them go, but I don't want you to bring them back at all. It doesn't feel real, the hurt feelings. It feels like it's a visual tactic to get you somehow crawling back to them. It's not going to change. They're not going to change. They're going to drain you in the same way that they had before. Honestly, you're better off without this person always interacting with you. And I see that you're actually going to be able to start feeling a lot more breezy and better, just all around generally good. So I hope that this was helpful. The soul contract on them ran out, and I really don't see you having to reconnect with them in the future. And you're starting to feel like maybe not your old self, but a more improved version of yourself, because you don't always have to, you know, kind of knock things around on this person so that they don't have to always put in their 2 cents. So very interesting. The waters are calming. You're being even more resourceful and relaxed. And there was a lot of drama in this parting. So honestly, good riddance. You've been dealing with a very nasty energy vampire who felt very entitled in your life. I don't like this energy. And then it's fear of intimate union. This person didn't even want to be around you. They just wanted to take up time and keep a distance in this. It was always going to be on their terms, their actions, and very little thought and consideration for yours. This is somebody who apparently would try and get, I guess, the info on you or others and use it against them. This is not necessarily a good person. They will misuse your trust. They will exploit you. And I see that this is somebody that you have to let go. I see that this is somebody who really can't force themselves to connect to anybody. This is somebody who, it's not, no, they tend to destroy their relationships. And I feel like there is a blurred line between an actual love or an actual friend. It's like they're afraid of being lost from everybody, so they bundle everybody together. This could be an ex-lover, this could be an ex-friend, but they see everybody as the same, and if they don't have that person's full attention, they feel incredibly lost. A lot of mental immaturity issues that are going on, and this was them trying to, I guess, just basically survive. And whatever they were sharing with you, I don't think that it was genuine. And I think that they were just telling you what you had wanted to hear, or what they thought you had wanted to hear. Shadow attributes are all over this. So this person, I don't think that they are done with you. I think they're going to try and recommunicate or reestablish some sort of communication with you. No. You don't need that around. And I feel like this is somebody who's been around for a while. Like a while. And I think that you kind of know this about them. And I think that you kind of had this feeling that maybe this was somehow involving you. I really think that it was. And I don't think that they're going to change. In fact, I think it's probably going to get worse with time. This is somebody who's not worked on their issues, shows no interest in doing it. And I see that they tend to hurt a lot of people in a very emotional and mental way. I don't know how this is helpful, but I hope that it's helpful. Somebody is afraid of their potential. I see that they're afraid of being in the spotlight. They're afraid of being seen. They're afraid of making a mistake. And what I see also is this person will run. This could be you. This is somebody that you're dealing with. I think that they are totally capable. I think that they are wonderful, but I also see the weight that they feel on their shoulders is rough. This is somebody who runs away from all of their potential. They're here to do a major purpose. They'll come out of their shell eventually, but you have to understand that the pressure that they're feeling to not let anybody down is massive. It's like a boulder on their shoulder. Ooh, that rhymed. Ugh, sorry. As I'm reading to you, I'm getting notifications. So this is somebody who is afraid that what they are saying is not true. And they don't understand how real their ability is and how real their connection is. So how can they get out of their own head with this? Okay. Embrace the setbacks and don't take it personally. This is somebody who really puts off they put off acknowledging what's good about them. They don't give themselves any props. Any sort of setback they take incredibly personally. If this is you, you need to learn to embrace your personal setbacks and upsets. It is one of your teaching tools. And once you adapt them and accept them and let them run through you, then you're going to get over the hardship, and then you have the Sun card. So you have to go through kind of an essence of fire so that you can actually stand in purpose and be confident. I feel like this, it's closer than you think. And it feels like it's almost nerve-wracking for you to even have any bit of acceptance for yourself, because would this give you a sense of discredibility or arrogance where nobody's going to want to be around you? You have no idea how charming and amazing you are. Either that or you do, and you think that even you have imposter syndrome. Yeah, I think that you have imposter syndrome. This has got to be something that you work through. So absolutely reach out. I'll coach you through that. But you have a big mission, you have a big purpose. And yes, it is very real, and it is here. And yes, embrace your weak links in your chain or your sense of faults in this, so that you can actually make them your empowerment. Very cool. I want to see what you can do.